So, if you grew up on the internet in the 2000s, you would know that Flash games were all the rage back then. These were simple, bite sized games that all fought for your attention in the marketplace of attention. MoFun Zone, Miniclip, addicting games. These were the testing grounds that many game creators would launch their future careers, and all of that success hinged on how well these games hooked players' interest and delivered on satisfying gameplay. Be too basic and your game would be too forgettable and regarded as shovelware. Be too complicated and you risk your game filtering out most of your potential audience. Flash games had to hit that sweet spot of being easy to get into and mechanically interesting enough to encourage players to play more. Developers usually accomplish this with game techniques and skills for players to master and or formulating the game around a progression system where players could see the development in real time. These were fundamental to the most popular Flash games that stood the test of time. The most entertaining games would then be shared by word of mouth on the internet and spread like wildfire. And it seems that not much has changed in 20 years. Schedule 1 feels like a throwback to a simpler time. Like a Flash game, it doesn't hide its premise with any pretension or fluff. You're a small-time, small-town black market pharmacist. Your goal? Become the kingpin of Highland Point by any means necessary. And like a Flash game, it's got us. Hook, line, and sinker. As the best games do, Schedule 1 starts the player off as a nobody. You're just a low-key dealer living out in your mobile home drug lab. A small slice of paradise in the south with an even smaller customer base, but paradise nevertheless. Your mentor is your wheelchair-bound uncle, Uncle Nelson, who was definitely a big shot back in the day before he retired to a small ranch in the desert by Serena Flats. The game's prologue teaches the player the basics of plant and product management, how to sell your goods to customers, and how to deal with pesky law enforcement. It's a perfect microdose of what the rest of the game has in store, the training wheels players experience to prepare for the future. But like real life, this comfort zone does not last. The feds get a whiff of illicit activity and immediately rush in to nab you and your uncle. While you manage to speed away in your trusty RV, your uncle isn't so lucky. We manage to escape into the unfamiliar world of Highland Point. As we gather our bearings, Uncle Nelson miraculously calls in on a public phone to make sure we're okay and getting started on the right foot. Things don't seem that bad. We have some product, and our RV is still a good base of operations. Oh, well, with one hell of a greeting into the city, no product, no base, and barely any money to our name, Schedule 1 now truly begins. Much like the prologue, the beginning section of the game masterfully eases players into starting their hustle. Because this is a simulation game, there's always something to do, be it buying supplies, culling in dead drops, maintaining your goods, and even splurging everything on irresponsible gambling.
I need to win.
The blackjack dealer.
While there's a lot to do all the time, Schedule 1 lets players approach the game at their own pace. Progress is calculated each night based on transactions made, and you dictate how much you want to get done each business day. You can be a min-maxer, carefully and meticulously planning your every action, or you can just wing it, flying by the seat of your pants. Neither playstyle is more valid than the other, and Schedule 1 doesn't punish you for playing however you want. The game does a wonderful job of nudging you in the right direction without helicoptering your every interaction. The only real deadline this game has are the deals you make with your clients, and even that is entirely flexible and up to your discretion. So, what do you even do in this game? Sling product and make money. The main loop of Schedule 1 is making money to expand your drug empire. Everything starts small, with you having limited access to equipment, supplies, and potential products. You will have to do everything by hand, whether it's planting seeds, watering your plants, or packaging your goods for sale. Because everything is hands-on, almost every aspect of this process is interactive. You are treated to small mini-games at each stage to truly immerse you in the process of being a dealer. Once your goods are ready, it's time to sell. Don't let the game's visual fool you. Dealing and producing in this game is very intricate. Goods that you make will be available on the Products app on your phone. You can choose which strains and items you sell and what price you sell them at. Customers will contact you by phone looking for items you list and bid a price for their fix. You can agree, haggle, or deny these deals as you see fit and schedule them however you like. In order to get more customers, you need to expand your connections, and you do this by giving potential customers free samples. Do this enough, and customers recommend you to their friends, and entire city locations begin to open up to you. But your basic OG Kush will not always cut it. You need to have variety on offer if you want to snag the pickiest of customers. Lucky for you, the sheer amount of products you can make is off the charts. Once you progress a bit into the game, players will unlock the mixing station, which enables them to mix their product strains with a variety of in-game items. Ever wanted to know what would happen if you mix weed with batteries, donuts, and Adderall? Well, now you can. Each of the items you make can be named and sold, and can be combined even further to make some absolutely insane strains. The fact Schedule 1 systems support this level of creativity and insanity is remarkable. And that illustrates the best part of this game: progress. Satisfying progression and development is the core loop of good sim games. Being stuck doing the same thing over and over again makes games stale, no matter how fun they are in the moment. Meaningful progression prevents this and keeps things fresh while holding a rotating set of goalposts in your mind. You're always working towards something, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Just like how our strains can be improved, every aspect of our production and dealings can be as well. We gain access to better equipment and product to expand our market. We can upgrade our facilities to fit our growing enterprise. Once we get big enough, we can hire others to handle the menial tasks for us, so we can reroute our attention to more important tasks, like gambling. See, this progress manifests in two important ways: mechanically and visually. We physically see our production scale expand, and in tandem, that progress expands the way we can play the game. The time we put into this game rewards us with meaningful development instead of spinning our wheels and feeling like we're getting nowhere. And in an age where our time is our most valuable commodity, a game that respects it is a game that is to be praised. Everything I've said so far barely scratches the surface of what Schedule 1 has on offer. I haven't even mentioned money laundering, how customers will attempt to kill you if you can't meet their fix, and all the cute details and world-building beats Tyler, the game's solo developer, put into this game. It goes to show how much love and passion went into this game. It's not a soulless, trend-chasing cash grab that so high-profile studios are churning out these days.
So, I'm non-binary.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
You can tell this game wasn't made with corporate shareholders and committee in mind. No shareholder in their right mind will support a drug dealing game where we can craft literal war crimes in our kitchen with equally obscene and horrific names, not without tone and content policing the ever-loving shit out of the game.
Dark ass. Gorilla Shark.
Twice repossessed Hyundai Elantra SE.
N-word pass.
Weed laced with one-eyed horses come trademark.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us. What flavor is this?
Horse semen.
Schedule 1 is beholden to no one but its developer. It sets out to deliver a specific experience and excels at maintaining that spirit in every aspect. And its growing audience seems to be in agreement. It's not a perfect game. No game is. There are some bugs and jank, and the mid-game has some pacing issues. However, with the sheer amount of content the game has, it becomes easy to overlook its rougher edges. Tyler also promises to expand the game further with future updates because Schedule 1 is still currently in early access. Despite how much game we have to play, there is much more to come. We're going to be getting map expansion, rival cartel gangs, more NPC types, and best of all, more product to cook. We can't wait to see how this game grows and flourishes. It deserves all the praise it gets, and the 400,000 plus concurrent player count agrees. Schedule 1 harkens back to a simpler time, a time where our game's main job was to make sure its players had a good time. Well, Schedule 1 fails in that regard, because we are having a great time.